Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Blazers. John Blaze. Holy smokes. I got a little bit of another update for everyone about Mrs. Blaze. Can't remember exactly what I said on the... Oh, yeah, I told you tickets are bought, all that. But there's another fee. Gotta love the United States. There's another fee. So an additional $235. They send you an email and they say, hey, pay us the $235, and within 2 weeks, all her documents should show up at the address in the United States. That is her green card and what have you. So that's the visa processing fee. Anyway, the insufferable geezer in the dried up swamp that the vortex has created a drought. The hate vortex has created a drought to the point where he's worried about his shitter taking all of his water. Man, you can't fucking stop. So the concubine leaves the island, spend time with her husband and her kids for graduation, and he goes right back to smoking like a freight train, falling down, crab walking, like Nico said, fell down, hurt himself. We hope he's not hurt permanently, but he's used to milking every situation, so he's probably going to rant and rave about how bad he's hurting, and then he won't be able to, go to anywhere because his little riblets are hurting from wearing freaking hospital shoes outside. Man, to think that he's doing any labor as much as he videos, and he never, like Fazio always says, never shows him doing anything to help out around that house. Until this day, it still has not happened. But anyway, I digress. I actually want to help the freaking Mr. Feeble, Mr. Glass. I want to help him out. Look, one thing about the Philippines is the freaking ants, okay? Same thing in the South. Anyone who lives in the South knows the deal with ants. You cannot just try to get rid of the ant problem with vinegar. Okay? If you have a trail, that's an established trail. You can break that trail up, that chemical trail that they're using to communicate with each other using their pheromones, to say, hey, there's something good over here, follow me into it, and then walk back to the nest. What you want to do is you want to find out where they're coming from, and you want to treat the entrance. You need to put down some bait. Some good old store-bought ant killer bait that will get in there and kill the queen. Okay? Every mound, every area, everywhere you see ants, you need to treat that area. And then you need a widespread, spreadable poison. Okay? And you're going to do full coverage of your whole property. And go outside your property and cover that too. And then mix you up some poison, borax in water, And anytime you see them, a mound or whatever, you saturate it. And you're going to have to go hardcore on this for about a month. And you'll notice the amount of ants going away. And now that you've seen where the ants are coming into your house, they're showing you where you're vulnerable. So mark those areas. Everywhere you see those ants coming in, mark them. Mark it with a paint marker. Mark it with chalk. Mark it with something. And go back and use caulking material, silicone, whatever, and seal those holes up so they quit getting into your damn house. Come on, man. Come on. These are small problems. Like I said about the cow, do something. Quit bitching and do content on fighting fire and fighting these ants. We'd love to see if you would win. Have the tenacity that you had against the Roach King and fight the ants with the same vigor. Come on, man. So, y'all that are on Discord, y'all are hearing that the Roach is getting some congressmen involved to look into his situation. And I've seen this happen before. I actually used my congressman to help put some horsepower behind the wife's immigration. So what they do is you call up to your congressman's office or send them an email. And someone from the staff will get with you. And they have you sign a privacy release. And you give them all the information that you have. You give them phone numbers, you give them documents, you give them everything you can possibly think of. And then what happens is someone from the staff calls around, contacts the BI and starts asking questions. They do. They call and they inquire. They inquire about what is going on with this citizen, with their constituent. They gather that information, they see what can be done, and they go back and they brief the congressman on what's going on. Usually what it does is once a congressman's staff or a congressman's sniffing around the situation, people start putting more, it gets it to the top of the pile. And I think that's what he's hoping on. He's still in the detention center. He's still got his phone. He's still Xboxing his ass off. He's still having old girl come on Fridays and spend on Saturday. Still getting his laundry done. It is what it is. Still getting his foods and what have you. But the only thing he can hope for is he can get something done to get it done faster, to speed up the process. But if he wanted to really speed up the process, he would have just pled guilty and it had been over with. He probably would have been home by now. But you can't tell the Roach nothing because the Roach is an idiot. He really is just an idiot and can't get out of his own way. But you got these two idiots like fighting with each other, and it's entertaining at best. But it is what it is. So if the ant hater can figure out how to track down follow the line of ants to its origin spot and treat those spots, and then do a wide spectrum coverage of the whole property, then all those ants will just leave his property and go somewhere else. Now he'll have to continue to do widespread and spot treat. But once he gets the mounds out of the way, once he gets the where they're coming out of the ground out of the way, and the colonies to move away from his property. See, because when you treat that area, they're gonna, the colony might be huge under the ground and they'll just pop up somewhere else. Same colony. So you got to keep going till they move their ass off your property. And you know, the scouts, they send out scout ants. Well, the scout ants can't go across the yard without picking up poison or the bait. And that means that the ants can't find any food, so they move as well. They get off your property. That's what you got to do. Use your hate and get rid of the ants. Your little vinegar, spot treat, borax, sugar crap is not going to work. You need the real deal Holyfield. Quit being cheap. Quit being cheap and get some poison. Get the real deal shit. You know, if Popeye had this problem, he wouldn't even mention it. He would just kill all these fucking ants. Because that's what men do. You know? And I can't believe that you talk shit about Popeye, about mobility, and you're the one fucking falling down. John Blaze out.